Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the November 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Libra. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. With that being said, let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a look just at general, what's coming for November. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a healing note, and a crystal for you for the month of November. But let's go ahead and get started. Again, column number 1 is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the card Friction. Friction's an interesting one. And it has 2 really kind of different meanings. It means that there could have been friction in the sense of there could have been conflict for you the last few weeks for Libra, or there could have been just movement. So when we think about movement, for there to be movement, there's friction and heat, and it's just an indicator of movement, getting things done. But let's take a look and see what kind of messages we have coming through here. The first card that we have is the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is very nostalgic. It's a card of reflecting back. This could be a card of reunion too, so some of you could have been reconnected with somebody, specifically somebody that you had a conflict with before. The next card we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, very practical, very wise. I feel like you made some really good money moves these last few weeks, Libra, so that's always good to see. There could have been a new investment opportunity too that you pursued with the King of Pentacles. Always a good investment card. At the bottom here we have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is a card of withdrawing, retreating, and moving on. If you look at this card, the 8 of Cups, so the cups at the bottom of the card, are stacked really nicely. But yet this person is still walking away, moving forward, moving on. And this is like going from good to better. So in terms of that friction and that movement, this is you moving from good to better. This is reflecting what it was, making wise investments, and moving forward. And those 3 may or may not be connected. They could be just 3 separate call-outs there for you, Libra. Let's clarify and see what other messages we have here. First card at the top here is the 5 of Swords. One of the things I said with the 6 of Cups perhaps is that there's a reunion. And if there was a reunion, I did feel like it was somebody that you had a conflict with before. That makes sense because the 5 of Swords is typically not very good relationship. It's bully, theft, violence, some sort of abusive or toxic relationship. This reunion truthfully also seems really short-lived. Others of you could just be reflecting on a relationship and realizing like, dang, it just really wasn't that good. Either way, again, it feels short-lived. The next card that we have, so on top of the King of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is very reliable, very patient, very hardworking. I love the Knight of Pentacles for the reason that when I see it, I know you've been working hard, and I know that you're going to reap the benefits of your hard work. Some of you could be working hard to save, and that's coming through with the King of Pentacles as well. So this will be you reaching your saving goals because you have also been solid, practical, wise with your money. Again, investment card. This is something you've worked hard for. Maybe some of you are buying a house and you've been working hard to save for it. So you'll reap the benefits of that, and it will in return be a really wonderful investment. But it's like you've worked hard for whatever this money thing is, and you'll be getting the benefits of it, Libra. The next card that we have is the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles is a card of teamwork, collaboration. This is like skills, craftsmanship. This is an odd message, but I feel like you're not being utilized. Your capabilities are not being utilized right now, Libra. Like some of you could be feeling unfulfilled too because of it. Like I said, you're just like And this could be like your opinion's not being heard, or you have one really strong, well, that sounds bad. You have a strong skill that's not being leveraged. You have more than one strong skill. That's why I was trying not to get to say it like that. And that's what's driving this move forward, is like you're being undervalued and underutilized. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is just general, what's coming for November. We have the card specialization. Perfect example of what we were just talking about. Specialization is really neat. It means that, again, you have more than one skill, so I'm not trying to say that, Libra. There's this really wonderful skill that you possess, and in this new situation, or whatever situation comes up, you have the ability to apply this skill even though it's not exactly how you learned it or exactly how you've used it in the past, but it's using what you know to guide you in the future and using it for your leverage in the future. So super neat. Again, it's about using what you know, what skills you have, and then being able to, I guess, apply them to different scenarios. Well, let's take a look and see what messages are here. The first card that we have is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is an interesting one. This is a card of Prince or Princess Charming. This is like knight in shining armor type vibe. It's very romantic. It's typically proposal-like. Oftentimes this card relates to love, but this proposal could also be a new job opportunity. It really could be any sort of relationship, but whatever it is that's coming through, it's like pristine. It's exactly what you imagined it to be. Like, in terms of a person, imagine your perfect love interest. That's that knight in shining armor type energy. Or your ideal job. This is your perfect job. So really nice new opportunity proposal here. And again, it may not be exactly what you've done before, but you have the skills you need to accomplish it. The next card that we have is the Queen of Cups. Always love the Queen of Cups. This is a card of being nurtured. This is a card of healing. This is a card of support. I don't know exactly why, but I'm getting healing vibes for November. It seems like you're going to be processing some feelings and doing some healing going into the month of November, Libra. And at the bottom here, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry, challenges, obstacle. But if you take a look at this card, they're not fighting with swords, they're fighting with wands. So I always like to call this small bumps in the road. So it's like the road may be bumpy, the water might be a little choppy in November, but it's nothing that's going to derail you. It's not anything that you can't overcome, Libra. And what I'm going to say here too, with the specialization card at the top, you like have the skills and knowledge that you need to overcome anything. So I would not be swayed or discouraged by anything that comes up this month. Okay, let's take a look at some clarifiers. The first clarifier we have is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is very bold, very powerful, very charming. Again, this is like everything you want wrapped up in a beautiful package with a bow on it. Definitely pursue this person, pursue this opportunity. This is like putting you in this position of power. This is like on top of the world type energy. So I really hope you go after this. The King of Wands is also a card of courage. So having the courage to pursue this person or this opportunity. The next card that we have is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of worry, anxiety, grief, depression. You see this person is like quite literally sitting up in bed. Something's bothering them to that point. Again, some sort of healing needs to be done. I'm not sure still what's triggering this or what's bringing this up or what's causing it. Potentially it's that reunion we were talking about in column number 1. But additional healing needs to be done this month. So we can get away from some of these low feelings and do some of the wonderful healing that's associated with the Queen of Cups. At the bottom here, we have the Lover's card. The Lover's card, of course, is a card of love. It's a card of partnership, strength together, deep, wholesome love. I do think for a lot of you, this is new relationship energy coming through, but it could be a new opportunity of any sort. We already talked about that. One thing, too, anytime you have 2 of something on a card, it's an indicator of a decision. So I do feel like for those of you that are not on the love realm of this, there could be a decision that needs to be made. But again, using that skill set that you already have to make that decision. And on the decision, both paths look a little bumpy. So just keep that in mind. Like if you make a decision and then things are bumpy and you're like, dang, why did I make this decision? Like you go on path A and path A is bumpy. Well, path B would have been bumpy too. So just keep that in mind. Whatever decision you make will be the correct decision there, Libra. Okay, now let's take a look at anything related to money. Think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, anything you associate with money. The first card that we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a card of leadership. I do think some of you are going to be moving into a leadership role or serving in a leadership role. So just keep that in mind. Leadership is the word that's sticking out here. Lots of other words attached to the King of Cups, but leadership is going to be key going into November. The next card we have is the Knight of Pentacles. Great money and career card. This is being reliable. This is being patient. This is being hardworking. We talked about the Knight of Pentacles earlier, straight across here. The reason why I love it is because hard work is going to be paying off for you, Libra. So especially like let yourself be seen in the leadership, right? Because it's going to help you reap the rewards of your hard work as well. At the bottom here, we have the Two of Swords. Again, anytime we have two of something on a card, it indicates a decision. So there is some sort of monetary or career decision that needs to be made this month. Keep in mind the Two of Swords sometimes feels like a compromise. I like to say feels like a compromise though, because it doesn't mean it is a compromise. It just may feel a little bit like a compromise, Libra. Let's see though what clarifiers we have. The first one we have is the Four of Wands. If you look at the Four of Wands, it kind of looks like a finish line. I do think there's going to be some completion this month. Completing a project, completing a goal, completing business year end, you name it. Maybe it's completing a savings goal or spending goal or a financial accomplishment. But definitely completion and celebration. Again, this leadership is putting you in a really good light. Success, celebration, completion there. The next card we have is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. It's also a card of persistence. Persistence is really where we want to be focused, Libra. Again, the Knight of Pentacles is reliable, patient, hardworking, persistent. So whatever it is you're working towards career-wise, definitely push, or financially, whatever you're working towards, push, push, push. Stay persistent, stay hardworking this month. Definitely, we're almost at that finish line, at that success there. At the bottom here, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional and very strategic. As you make this decision with the Two of Swords, 1000% make sure that you are being intentional and making a decision that is best matching your intentions. One thing to keep in mind too, with the King of Swords is about leveraging professional help. So you could go to a counselor or a career advisor or a financial advisor for additional advice as needed. Again, leverage that professional if needed. Okay, let's look at our fourth column now, which is anything related to love. Think family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love, Libra. The first card we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is kind of a gossipy drama card. It's people trying to mind your business. It's kind of like those spying, prying eyes. I feel like there is a secret though, or some sort of mystery, or like truth coming out. Truth is what I want to say here. So I feel like you're going to be finding out truth on something. The next card is pretty clear on that too. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. It's also news coming in. So definitely for finding something out this month, getting some sort of truth. At the bottom here, we have the Moon card. The Moon card is a card, I don't like the word delusion, but it's like an illusion or delusion. It's information that's covered up. So there was like some sort of truth that wasn't being seen, and now we're finding out the truth. The Moon card though is also a card of voluntary change. So it's like with this information, oftentimes we do make a change, we trust our intuition, and it's like now that we have the information, we likely proceed forward in a different manner. Let's clarify this though and see what other information I can provide you. The first clarifier we have is the Eight of Cups. I believe we talked about the Eight of Cups we did earlier in this reading. The Eight of Cups is a card of withdrawing, retreating, moving on. I do feel like with this information, potentially a relationship could be ending. And I know that sounds really sad, but we have to keep in mind things end for a reason. And it's like this information is just not what you wanted to hear, and it was not right for you, and now we know this situation isn't right for us and we can act accordingly. The one thing I love about the Eight of Cups is if you look at the cups at the bottom, they're stacked so nicely. Like, this is a pretty picture, and yet the person is still moving on to something better, and that energy is so important. So if you do move on from a relationship, it's like you're moving on to something that's much, much better. This is going from good to better. The next card that we have is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card of heartbreak, divorce, loss, depression. All of those words I think are really extreme, Libra, so I like to preface that. But again, with this information, I think it is going to cause the separation or the ending of the relationship. The nice thing though is it's also going to cause healing. The Three of Swords is a huge healing card. This is about pulling the sword from your own heart and healing as you need to. So with this information, although it could end the relationship, it absolutely is prompting healing as well. And at the bottom here, we have the Chariot. Somebody once described the Chariot to me as the vroom vroom card. It means there's action, there's change. It's about being on a journey. And again, we're moving forward. You have the Eight of Cups, which is a forward moving card, and the Chariot card together moving forward. So I think you'll make the appropriate decision to move on and continue on the journey to find exactly what you're looking for. Okay, Libra, let's take a look at our fifth and final column. This is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Alliance. Alliance is an interesting one. I don't see this one come up very often, but I'm going to throw it out there. You should leverage your resources. If you are looking for a new job, contact your professional network. If you want to go to a concert, text your friend and ask your friend to go with you. If you want somebody to watch your dog or cat, text your pet sitter. Leverage your alliance, leverage your resources going into the month of November. Obviously, those are all just random examples, but hopefully you got the gist of what I was saying. Leverage the wonderful resources that you have available to you. The first card that we have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very confident and very self-assured. This is an interesting message, but what I'm hearing is like, ask and you shall receive. Again, if you text your pet sitter, they're going to say yes. If you text your friend about the concert, they're going to say yes. If you're looking for a new job, there's somebody in your professional network that's going to say yes. So again, ask and you shall receive. You don't even need to be confident in it. If you are, that's great. Obviously, self-assured and confidence are always huge, but it's like the network, the alliance is there for support. The next card that we have is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a card of isolation. I feel like some of you are feeling alone. And it's interesting that this is coming up under the Alliance card because this is a reminder to leverage your resources, leverage your network, leverage your friends, your loved ones. I'm not sure exactly, Libra, why you're feeling alone, but you definitely don't need to because you have a really wonderful support system. You have a really wonderful alliance. At the bottom here, we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of a dark and gloomy card. We have the dark sky, the person laying down flat and all the swords stuck in them. You're feeling a little stuck. And I think you do need some support in some fashion. Like I said, maybe it's going to a concert. Maybe it's having somebody pet sit so you can go away for a weekend. You're just feeling in a low spot and you need to make some sort of change. But again, you have a really great support system that's going to enable you or help you however you need. Let's clarify here really quick. The first clarifier we have is the Five of Wands, which is again that kind of bumpy road. Again, you're just kind of feeling in a low spot, but again, this isn't something that you are stuck in. You have a really great support system that can kind of get us away from this low feeling. The next card we have is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is an interesting one. For those of you isolating or worried about money, the Ten of Pentacles is the opposite. This is definitely money coming in. But what I really want to say about this is I feel like this next move is long term. It's not like if you get a new job, you'll want a new job in the next 6 months. Or if you re-engage this friendship, you're going to be happy you did because it's like going to be very proactive and very consistent. I don't know, that's such a strange message, but this is the card of isolation, and the Ten of Pentacles is kind of coming through as the opposite. And then at the bottom here, we have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is a card of making a choice. And again, we have to make a choice to do something different to get us kind of away from this set of low feelings that we may be feeling in the moment, Libra. But definitely leverage your resources. At this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the 5 of Spades. This is number 6 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2 is the Jack of Hearts. This is number 22. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the 10 of Clubs. This is number 35 card. That's going to be a no. So no, yes, no for you, Libra. We're going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of November. We have Lapis this month, which is good for truthfulness and presence. It helps you live your truth and gives you this divine sense of dignity, which we love. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes. Your healing note says, healing is a journey traveled one step at a time, one day at a time, one prayer at a time. Thank you so much, Libra, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Libra, and I hope you have a wonderful November.